moral and immoral, good and bad, or are these things simply living by someone else's rules versus living by your own nature? Welcome to Strip Coverlet, where we squeeze the bigger picture out of literature. I'm Adrian Ford, and we're here for another poetry discussion, which will appear in two playlists here on the channel. Number one being the poetry discussion playlist, cruising ever closer to 700 videos strong, and number two being the Edgar Allan Poe playlist. Now, this video was requested by Muriel, and this is a poem that I've talked about on more than one occasion here on the channel, but I wanted to maybe take things in a different direction because this has appeared on the channel before. The poem in question today is Annabel Lee by Edgar Allan Poe, and it reads as such. It was many and many a year ago, in a kingdom by the sea, that a maiden there lived whom you may know by the name of Annabel Lee. And this maiden, she lived with no other thought than to love and be loved by me. I was a child, and she was a child in this kingdom by the sea, but we loved with a love that was more than love, I and my Annabel Lee, with a love that the winged seraphs of heaven coveted her and me. And this was the reason that long ago, in this kingdom by the sea, a wind blew out of a cloud, chilling my beautiful Annabel Lee, so that her high-born kingsman came and bore her away from me, to shut her up in a sepulchre in this kingdom by the sea. The angels, not half so happy in heaven, when envying her and me, yes, that was the reason, as all men know in this kingdom by the sea, that the wind came out of the cloud by night, chilling and killing my Annabel Lee. But our love, it was stronger by far than the love of those who were older than we, of many far wiser than we. And neither the angels in heaven above nor the demons down under the sea can ever dissever my soul from the soul of the beautiful Annabel Lee. For the moon never beams without bringing me dreams of the beautiful Annabel Lee, and the stars never rise but I feel the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabel Lee. And so, all the night tide, I lay down by the side of my darling, my life and my bride, in her sepulchre there by the sea, in her tomb by the sounding sea. So, a love so pure, so sweet, and so strong that our speaker claims that both the winged seraphs, the angels of heaven, where are we at here? I apologize. Where are we? The winged seraphs of heaven, angels, coveted that love. And we have even the mention of demons under the sea. Somewhere, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, there are demons under the sea, demons down under the sea. So, it is implied, I think heavily here, that both the angels and the demons, by their mere mention, so close to the angels in heaven above, are envious of the love between our speaker and Annabel Lee. It should be noted that demons down under the sea are often interpreted as sort of the sea, kind of like the woods, kind of like the desert, are often interpreted as the subconscious. So the demons under the sea would be the demons lurking within you and I. This is also, I think, easy to translate from the subconscious to the id in Freudian terms. So I want to just throw this out there. This is from Wikipedia, Freud conceived the id as the unconscious source of all innate needs, emotional impulses, and desires, including the sexual drive. The id acts driven by aggression, energy. It's the dark, inaccessible part of our personality. Sounds like the subconscious. Sounds like the sea. It seems limited to analysis of dreams and neurotic symptoms and can only be described in terms of its contrast with the ego. It has no organization and no collective will. It only demands immediate gratification of its instincts according to the pleasure principle. It is oblivious to the reason and the presumptions of ordinary conscious life. Contrary impulses exist side by side without canceling each other. There is nothing in the id that can be compared with negation, nothing which corresponds to the idea of time. The id knows no judgment of value, no good or evil, no morality. Instinctual catholics is seeking discharge. That, in our view, is all there is in the id. And so, if the demons under the sea can be interpreted as those things going on in your subconscious, maybe we can extend this to the angels above, to the heavens above. That would be the superego. The superego reflects the internalization of cultural rules, mainly as absorbed from parents, but also from other authority figures, and the general cultural ethos. Freud developed his concept of the superego from an earlier combination of the ego ideal and the special psychical agency which performs the task of seeing that narcissistic satisfaction from the ego ideal is ensured, what we call our conscience. For him, the superego can be described as a successful instance of identification with the parental agency. And as development precedes it, it also absorbs the influence of those who have stepped into the place of parents, educators, teachers, people chosen as ideal models. Okay, so that's what we have here. A battle between the ego, the speaker, the superego, the angels, and the id, the demons down under the sea. So the superego is often interpreted as good because it lives by rules, because it manages, because it has a concept of time, etc. But that wind that chills and kills Annabel Lee, that does not come from the sea. That does not come from the id. That does not come from the bad. No, our speaker, in fact, says that he lays down by the night tide. The kingdom that is mentioned is always mentioned as by the sea. And so, all the night tide, I lie down by the side of my darling, my life and my bride, in her sepulchre there by the sea, in her tomb by the sounding sea. The sea is still held in high regard even after the perishing of Annabel Lee. Do we ever hear those angels, those winged seraphs, spoken of in such a high and longing way? No, we do not. So that chilling wind comes from the clouds, from the heavens, from the angels. It is the good, the moral, the right, the just, the angels that kill Annabel Lee because of their jealousy of the love between our speaker and Annabel Lee. Now, Annabel is a name that means favored grace. Favored to the extent that the heavens claim her instead of our speaker. What a strange and odd way to say that it is the good, the righteous, the morally just that will impose their strengths and their weaknesses upon you. It is those in power that will come for you if you have something that they want, for which they long. That is all I have for this poetry discussion. If you like or appreciate this sort of thing, hitting the like button really does help me out, as it tells YouTube to share this video with other literature lovers. If you find yourself here by chance but not design, literature is the only thing I talk about on this channel, dropping multiple videos every single week. There's poetry every Monday, and I hope to have you back for the next one.